Hey guys, Clumsy here and welcome back to ETS2. It's been such a long time, I can't even remember when was the last episode of ETS2. It's been ATS for the last few weeks, I'm sure, because of 1.37. But here in ETS2, we are still in 1.36, at least at the current time that I am recording this. And I figured it would be a nice baseline, before 1.37 goes public, before beta is open to us. Maybe it's time to revisit ETS2 and see what it currently has to offer, along with the mods that we've grown to love, and then see how that sounds, how that looks, so we know once the beta hits what the standards should be, what we should aspire to have, right? So if you guys remember, it's been a while, I know, but this is the last track that we've driven with Krishboom sounds, DAF XF Hero 6 sounds from Krishboom. So good. And since we are in 1.36, no F mod yet, but my goodness, it's a very high standard to beat, isn't it? SCS will really have to up their game to try and match this level of quality in the audio. Although I am quite tempted to press my usual keys here and nothing's happening because I want to roll down my windows. I've grown accustomed to 1.37 in ATS. I am tempted to roll my windows down but cannot yet. So we'll have to live with it for now. Anyway, as I mentioned, baselining, so that's fine. Let's go and enjoy the sounds, enjoy the sights, so that when 1.37 comes, we can compare. Is it better? Is it the same? Is it worse? And we have a more recent memory to compare it with. Oh, I love that gurgle when you go to idle. You hear that gurgle of the engine. I'm not sure how to describe it technically, but that is the layman's term that I am capable of. Oh, roundabouts. I did miss roundabouts as well. Driving in the US these last few weeks, I definitely have to get accustomed again to these roundabouts in Europe. And yeah, as I mentioned, I'm recording this maybe a day or two early. So maybe by the time you're watching this, 1.37 beta is already available for ETS2. I'm hoping it is, but to be perfectly honest with you guys, I was actually pushing back recording any ETS2 because I was planning on getting into 1.37 already. I was expecting it to arrive as early as last week. So I was holding out. I was really trying to wait for it before I made any ETS2 videos so that we could get into Fmod. But yeah, it's not a very... The recent incidents in the world have caused a lot of delays, a lot of inconveniences, a lot of not only that, but calamities and crisis. So we have to expect a little bit of delays at the very least from all parties involved. And if that means also pushing back a little when the beta will be available, then so be it. But yeah, this is really something that we have to live with. We are living in these times right now. But yeah, I figured, I'm missing ETS2 so much. I know you guys are as well. I've been reading the comments, trying to respond to them as much as I could, and I see the comments requesting for ETS2. And I can definitely understand the frustration and the longing for Euro Truck Sim. Because yeah, they might be both Truck Sim, but they are very different beasts. Very different roads, very different trucks, very different signs and everything. By the way, I don't think I've mentioned, but we are in France right now. So as part of the baselining, I wanted to get an idea of how France looks like at the moment, certain parts of it at least, because if I remember correctly, with 1.37, some areas in France will also receive an update. Now I can't exactly remember which areas those are. I have to turn off here, my bad. So we'll have to hang tight and see where this leads us. But yeah, I wanted to get acquainted again with the French roads and try and bring it up to speed, because as you guys know, goldfish memory doesn't play well with comparing updates, so I need a more recent memory of how things look, so that by the time 1.37 does come, you have an idea, and you guys will have a better idea as well. So etch this into your memory, everything, the sights, the sounds, and let me know when 1.37 is out and when I've made a video, when I've streamed it. Let me know what you think about it, okay? But yeah, these sounds from Grishbom, from EVR, these are sounds that are very hard to beat, and it might not be fair, to be perfectly honest, comparing vanilla with modded sounds, because my impression with vanilla, and feel free to correct me here if you think differently, is that vanilla, SKRS, how they develop the game, they're trying to do many things together, right? The graphics engine, so the visuals, the audio, the AI, the truck, the config options, but they cannot go all out on everything. They have to choose, they have to prioritize, and in order to finish something, they have to have some they have to give way, they have to let go of some things. And in some ways we could think of it as like everything will be there, but not everything will be perfect. Yeah? There will be, I don't know, not as many config options in trucks, right? Not many dots, but there will be enough dots, you know, to start with. The graphics will be great, but they will not be perfect. Some anti-aliasing imperfections, right? Oops. See? I need to remind myself how to drive through roundabouts and give way properly. But yeah, so I think SKRS, they are in a very tight spot. I mean, it's the same situation for any developer, especially if you have well, everyone has limited resources, so you have to really choose what you prioritize. Is this guy going straight? Yes, he is. Okay, so that was a good move on my end. And I was thinking, yeah, SKRS will have to choose, and they do. Okay, do we want to release? If we want something that we can release in the near future, then we have to settle and be happy with certain stuff, and just know that everything is continuously in progress. Constant improvements are in line, but not everything can be perfect. So that goes very well in hand with the recent 1.37 update. This is a huge update on their end. I can only imagine the amount of work it takes to actually change the sound engine and repurpose all the sounds, record some of them, re-record some of them, and yeah, they will be weighed against the favorites that we have: Grishbom, EVR, Lean, and all the other the recent favorites, Robinicus, right? And then all the mods. So we will compare how the default sounds will sound like, and they will not probably be able to beat, at least not immediately, the ones by our modders. And we will always wonder, why is it that the default sounds are worse? Why is it that these guys who do something for free, our amazing modders, they do it for free, but they do it much better? So that's one way of looking at it. But how I see it as well is, yeah, SKRS is committed to delivering a complete product. but that does not mean it will be the best in every aspect. There will be some imperfections, maybe some work in progress stuff, some things that are not up to speed yet, because it will always be a continuous improvement kind of thing. And that's where they deliver. They take us to a place where it is more than enough. It is a great product overall, but it's not perfect. There are always some improvement areas. So they take us to that point, and then it's up to our amazing modding community to take us the rest of the way towards perfection. And that's why I think our modders can do a good job, because they can focus entirely on that single item. Roadworks in place. Yeah, this is good. Oh wow! I think we have our screenshot. I'll take care of this later. Bit of an accident here though. Hope these guys are okay, and I hope you guys are doing okay. Most probably, almost everyone is at their homes, trying to settle down and let the events take its course. Stay safe, everyone. But yeah, let me distract you and maybe relax you for a bit while we are going through this together. So yeah, I think this is where our modding community really shines. SCS cannot focus on everything all at once, so there will be aspects that will be left behind. Like for example, the sounds will not be perfect, the anti-aliasing is not perfect, but I mean, we get to a point where it's a great product, but it has a couple of holes in there, to put it simply. And those holes is what our modders are filling with. They're filling the gap. And that's how I see it. And so, for me, comparing the default sounds with the modded sounds, like this one, it's a fair thing to do. I mean, it's normal thing to do, but I think if SCS falls short, maybe it's not unfair. They've already taken all the steps for the updated sound engine, and for sure they will do their best given the resources they have and the time they have to come up with an amazing output. And that's what they've been doing ATS. But if ever that still falls short of our expectations, because we've grown so spoiled with our modders, with the amount of with the quality of mods that we've gotten, and that they're free mostly or very minimal in terms of price, I think we should accept and be happy with what SCS is giving us. Doesn't mean letting them off, but it means understanding where they're coming from, and understanding that it's always a work in progress, a continuous one. That's my point of view, at least. But yeah, I think it's a great baseline for this, like getting the best of what we can have right now in modded 1.36. When 1.37 comes, we compare that. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful view. What mods do I have right now? I don't even know. For sure I have Natural Lux. I most likely have Project Next Gen 2.0 as well. And then I for sure have the A8 weeks. My goodness, that is breathtaking. Clumsy trucker right there. But yeah, matching up to Krishbom's and EVR's level is going to be a tall order for SCS, but it's a good goal, right? Matching up and even beating. That would be amazing if they can match up to this level. Because currently, to be perfectly honest, and I'm sure you guys know this already, the current sounds from SCS are not really good. This is one of my main reservations from going into Truckers MP. Because in Truckers MP, you can't have mods. And one of the essential mods for me is the sound of the truck. It just sounds so flat by default. With Fmod sounds, that is taking a huge step forward. For example, the Kenworth D680, right? And how they've been re-recording that and remixing those sounds now with Fmod capabilities. It's much better, but it's still not quite there. I mean, if I compare the default SES versus what our modders have come up with so far, like what Rubinicus has been releasing left and right in 1.37 beta for ATS, hands down, I love Rubinicus's engine sounds much better than the default SES sounds. So I think it's because in SES you have other priorities. Rubinicus, you can focus on the engine sound itself. In the SES employees, they have to provide a holistic experience. They have to make sure that the engine is capable, the sound engine, technically. They have to make sure that modding capabilities are there, and then only then can they focus on the actual sounds that we are hearing. So there are a lot of things to do, and our modders can focus on the actual item of having those sounds in place. So I think it's a work in progress, and hopefully SCS eventually steps up, because I think it's possible. Like if they can have a dedicated resource for focusing on the sounds themselves, then maybe it's a more feasible thing to happen. Like imagine hiring Crucible or an equivalent, right, or Rubinicus in SCS, and all that they would do is really make every sound as realistic as possible, mixing the sounds. So that will be equivalent to having a modder focusing on the sounds only, and it's going to be amazing because they will have the SCS trade secrets, the best practices, and all that stuff. So hopefully, but right now I don't think we are in that place yet. If rumors are to be believed, at least before I heard that there was only one guy who was responsible for sounds, and I'm not sure if that's really true, because I don't even know if that's possible. There are so many trucks, so many different sounds in the game, so many different aspects of it, especially with this recent upcoming 1.37 change, that I don't really think it's possible to do that everything with one person. And if it really is true, I mean, my goodness, hats off to that guy, because I don't think it's a one-man job, right? I don't think that's feasible at all. So I hope SCS expands more, not only in the mapping department. I think they're doing that already, doing DLCs in parallel, so releasing more map DLCs in 1 year, but also improving the game as a whole. Gameplay updates, graphics updates, audio updates, but just continuing to evolve through with the times. I think that's what's important as well. So really hoping that 1.37 is something that can propel the game into the next step. Things are starting to get outdated. The graphics is getting old school, and with the recent update to DirectX 11, that has become much better, although the further improvements will be coming as of 1.38 still, so not a lot of changes visibly, but humongous changes under the hood. And now with 1.37, they are planning on updating the sound engine, and it does sound a lot better as a whole. But the trucks themselves, yeah, that's where the updates, the improvements need to happen. Because like the traffic, the AI, the windows opening and closing, and the sounds adjusting based on that, that's a huge thing. That's a huge immersion factor. Oh, this is an interesting junction. Is like an elevated roundabout, but with a twist. Literally. Okay, no cars there. Very nice. This is why I love driving through European roads. They're so different from the usual ones that we've been accustomed to in the ATS world. Very, very different from American trucks. And yes, I'm sure that SCS is really under high pressure to deliver quality content, not only in ATS but especially in ETS2. For some reason, yeah, ETS2, they are more careful. It seems like they are more like in ATS they can experiment a bit, they can go wild a bit, but in ETS2 it seems like they need to be a bit more on the safe side, because I don't know, maybe the customers are needy, more critical, or maybe there are more customers, so need to make sure that everybody is happy. But yeah, it seems like, for me at least, that's how it looks like, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. ATS is like the testing grounds, and then they learn through all their mistakes there, and then they apply all of those learnings here, and I think that's what they're doing already. So I'm hoping that it is really the case. But yeah, I just couldn't wait any longer, guys. Sorry, please don't turn right. Thank you. Normally I would stay in the inner lane, but since I'm a truck, I think I'm allowed to stay in the outer lane in the roundabout. I think that's what you guys told me at least. Love it. And just like that, we are here already. That was super quick. Oh crap. No! I let my guard down and relaxed a bit and didn't turn enough, didn't slow down enough, and we almost hit someone right on the very last stage of this trip. Let's try not to do that. So yes, really looking forward to 1.37, but I could not wait any longer. I've delayed it as much as I could. Now if it does appear when this video is out, then that's even better. The video might be a bit quote-unquote outdated, but the words that I say still should be pretty accurate. How do we park this then? Something like that. Hope my cables didn't snap. So it's a very promising trucking world out there. Truck sim has a bright future ahead of it. So let's try and support SCS as much as we can. Provide the right amount of criticism, the right amount of encouragement, and give credit where credit is due, and criticize when criticism is going to be useful. So I think we can be fair. Okay, black egg. Just want to straighten the trailer. There you go, perfect. That was a short and sweet ride. Hope you guys enjoyed that little trip, the babble, the return to ETS2, and hopefully the next time we go with ETS2 in the next few days, hopefully 1.37 is in beta, and for sure I will be checking that out, and for sure we will be checking it out in vanilla first to hear all the default new vanilla sounds and all the stuff that is added. Right, but yes, stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit that bell icon so you know whenever I release a video. and stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, comment, and I'll be looking forward to what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching, and Clumsy trucking, everybody. Stay safe out there and catch you soon.